Hey everybody, it is Artist Farmer Bob, and today, it's still technically, what do you call it, St. Patrick's Day, I believe. Yes, the 17th of March. So, I'm going to read this thing I just found on Google, um, and I thought it was pretty timely. Oh, it's actually already updated. So, we're going to go back here and read it. So, this is from Brent Gleeson, who contributed it to, I think it was a Forbes article. It says the coronavirus challenge, a Navy SEAL's guide to leading through adversity. Adversity. Anyway, leadership strategy. I write about leadership and organizational excellence. So, um, one of the many acronyms that we live by in the United States military is VUCA. VUCA, referring to validate, I'm not going to get half this right, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environments that the battlefield provides. The acronym is now widely used in the global business community, and rightfully so, especially as it relates to our current reality, the spread of coronavirus and impacting lives, health, small and large businesses, and global economy. While the media coverage is helpful of sharing information, important data, relevant advice, it also tends to fuel irrational behavior, panic, and poor decision making. As we say in the Navy SEAL teams, calm is contagious, but also is panic. Dealing with constant change is simply part of the modern world we live in, and there are many burdens of command related to leading a team or business through adversity. Now is the time to embrace change, rally together, show empathy, innovate, and prepare for uncertain outcomes. Engaging the team and decentralizing decision making there is imperative. Here are a few leadership tips for navigating volatile and uncertain waters ahead. Embrace reality, but avoid obsessing. For now, this is our current reality. As we all know, leadership during times of radical bliss and glorious fortune is much more desirable, but not the true test of our ability to design and execute a desired outcome with unforeseen roadblocks that stand in our way. So pay attention, remain vigilant, and embrace the new normal. As the old saying goes, this too shall pass. Know the facts, but trust but verify. We've already seen wildly different statistics floating around the digital universe, and of course, varying and sometimes totally false information coming from the top, which is the exact opposite of what people need right now. Ambiguity already exists. Let's not fuel the fire by putting out bad gauge, as we say in the Navy. Gather the appropriate ground intelligence related to near-term aspects of your business, organize the data, and use it to formulate a plan. Operational agility in the digital age, a three-part framework. Avoid knee-jerk decisions. Don't dive into the bunker just yet. One of my favorite lines from the Navy SEALs ethos says, "We persevere and thrive in adversity." During the recession that began bubbling, no pun intended, between 2006 and 2008, many businesses ignored the experts and stayed the course, which isn't necessarily a bad decision, but all hell broke loose and panic became contagious. Most companies, large and small, grabbed what they could and dove headfirst into their bunker, slashing budgets, and headcount as they went. And while financial solvency played a huge role, the organizations that survived resisted the urge to bottom down or batten down the hatches and play the waiting game. They took that opportunity when and where appropriate to bring people together, get creative, and adapt to the changing battlefield landscape. Have an 80% plan because there's no such thing as a 100% plan. As Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. We spend significant time with our clients on more progressive planning and debriefing models so they gain a better rhythm of execution. Whatever our 2020 strategic plans have been, there is a good chance that most of us need to collect new intelligence and fall back to contingency plans. I really been or have been a part. I really been part of combat mission where unforeseen circumstance didn't arise, and that's why oops, preparation is more important than planning. But we still must plan. It's how we adapt as leaders that matters. As General Patton said, a good plan, violently executed now, is better than a perfect plan next week. That's pretty good, I think. A good plan, violently executed now, is better than a perfect plan next week. There's somebody else that was saying, I don't know who it is, but sometimes talking about making choices and sometimes doing nothing is the worst choice you can do. Gather your team this week and list their precipitation. Precipitation. Precipitation? No. Precipitation. Precipitate. Their help identify threats and blockages and develop some new contingencies. Who knows, you may generate ideas that could launch your business into the stratosphere. Stay in a 3-foot world. Control what you can, ignore what you can. One of my closest SEAL teammates, Mark Owen, best-selling author of No Easy Day, once told me a story about a rock climbing course he attended. One afternoon, Mark found himself about 100 feet off the deck and 20 feet above his last piece of protection, meaning that if he lost his skip and fell, he would plummet 40 feet before the rope caught him in a violent jerk. Noticing that Mark was freezing up, the lead instructor lit a cigarette and, without using a rope, shimmied up the rock face to Mark's location. "What's up, bro?" asked the instructor, after taking a long drag while clinging to the rock. "Don't worry about anything, but what's in your immediate control? Stay in your 3-foot world." Huh. Coronavirus has most of us on edge. As leaders, whether it be in our business, families, or communities, it is our responsibility to focus on what we can control and deprioritize what we can't. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Top down, bottom up. This is always the big one. Even when everything is going as planned, but we can't get but when we get punched in the face, the team is feeling uneasy and the battle fatigue is setting in. Over communicating is in the aligned fashion is imperative. Make sure a specific communication strategy is part of the 80% plan. Working remotely is easier than ever before. That is good news. The challenge is keeping up everyone feeling like they are part of one team with one fight. Be positive and foster an environment of psychological safety where everyone has a voice. But don't shy away from the ugly either. Ensure communication is well rounded and focused on the big picture. Be disciplined and innovative. Shift fire and try new strategies. There's another great tidbit from a SEAL ethos that states, we demand discipline. We expect innovation. Now is the time to be disciplined and innovative. And we've ever had to be in a while. Use this time to rally the troops around new ideas. If business is slowing down in the short term, make time for staff. We always shove to the side is proper planning strategy, content creation or curation, HR initiatives, financial analysts. Doing fun and innovative activities can be great distraction while keeping the team engaged and adding long-term value to the business. Build trust and accountability. In the absence of orders, take charge. Trust and accountability are two of the most important culture pillars for high performance teams. That never changes. They simply become profound and more important in the VUCA environments. Ensure that accountability mechanisms are a part of your short-term and long-term plans. Fall back on your team's core values and guiding principles. Make sure everyone is aligned on supporting the behaviors that are associated with those values, because they should be your beacon for navigating the murky waters. Remember, there's always a silver lining, family. Let's embrace this time we have. Do more arts and crafts, make up new games, look at old pictures, take the dog for more walks, find the cat wherever she is, finish off those household projects you've been avoiding. Before we know it, we'll be able to look back on the speeding freight train. So enjoy the time. Fitness. Got some extra time on your hands? Why not exercise more? Increasing fitness will reduce stress and anxiety. You will look better when you go back to work. It's a win-win. And I added, eat more cheese. So, anyways, I thought that was pretty neat. Um, Hopefully you got something out of it, and thanks for watching. Again, it's not mine. It goes to this guy, Brent Gleeson, who posted it. So, thanks a lot. Bye.